Hello everyone, this is Lara Dawood from Qatar Travel Mart Exhibition and welcome to another episode of QTM Talks. More and more borders are welcoming international tourists again gradually, and we are witnessing the tourism industry's slow but sure steps to recovery. Today we welcome Dr. Cristina Ortega Nuere, Chief Operating Officer of the World Leisure Organization, to share the significance of leisure to tourism and the society. How are you, Dr. Cristina? Welcome to QTM Talks.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be with you today. Thank you for the invitation.
Same here, Dr. Cristina. To start our interview, can you please brief us about the World Leisure Organization and its objectives?
Of course. The World Leisure Organization, formed as a worldwide advocacy and knowledge-driven membership-focused organization, promotes leisure as integral to social, cultural, economic, and sustainable environmental development, in accordance with the human rights guarantee in Article 24 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and in other relevant documents with global reach like the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development Goals. Moreover, the World Leisure's most prized partnership is its recognition as a consultative organization with the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations, which provides World Leisure with a platform to support the work of the United Nations by reflecting its goals in the organization's programs and services. World Leisure is dedicated to advancing the well-being of individuals, communities and nations through leisure, with the commitment that the well-selected leisure experiences improve quality of life for all, from childhood to later life. Our members are from all parts of the world and from diverse areas of interest, included travel and tourism, parks and recreation services, the arts and culture, sports, health, fitness, theme and entertainment centers, and educational institutions. Our understanding of leisure is a comprehensive one, and we work through 4 strategic lines. Firstly, education, including programs such as the World Leisure Centers of Excellence, the Field School, and different study tours. And secondly, research, through which World Leisure promotes the development of leisure studies as a fundamental subfield of knowledge within social and human sciences. And we do so through our 11 dedicated special interest groups, which are divided into the different thematic areas. And thirdly, knowledge transfer by means of our World Leisure Journal, newsletter, awards, and main events. Our highlights are the World Leisure Congress, the World Leisure Expo, and the World Leisure Games. We foster leisure, promoting and understanding the benefits and encouraging access and inclusion. And lastly, our 4th strategic working line is advocacy, in which we can find our Communities of Excellence program and the World Leisure Charter for Leisure, led by the World Leisure Academy.
Good. Dr. Cristina, how do you describe the current state of the travel and tourism and the area of leisure?
Yes, things are happening very quickly, and the data is changing very quickly, but leisure and tourism activities may be integrally related to some extent, as reflected in the last World Tourism Barometer, updated last June. International tourist arrivals, overnight visitors, saw a decrease of 44% in the first 4 months of 2020 over the same period last year. International arrivals declined 97% in the month of April, reflecting travel restrictions in 100% of all destinations worldwide amid measures to contain the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. This represents a loss of 180 million international arrivals compared to the same period of 2019. Tourism is showing positive signs of a gradual but still cautious change in trend for the upcoming Northern Hemisphere peak summer season. This is reflecting in the gradual lifting of travel restrictions in several countries around the world and the resumption of some international flights. The World Tourism Organization released a tourism recovery technical assistance package to offer guidance to member states in response to COVID-19. And the package is structured around three main pillars: the economic recovery, marketing and promotion, and institutional strengthening and resilience building. At this point, and as the UNTO has pointed, it's necessary to cooperate closely with the World Health Organization, the lead UN agency for the management of this outbreak. Ensure with World Health Organization that health measures are implemented in ways that minimize unnecessary impact on international travel and trade, and stand in solidarity with affected countries and emphasize tourism's proven resilience, and by standing ready to support recovery. Consequently, the impact of leisure in tourism may be affected, since the links that have always existed between both fields. The main activity of leisure tourism is the development and implementation of promotion activities in order to make cross-border regions and cities more attractive and competitive. Now, many of these kind of activities have been limited, thus for future expansion and with the aim to diversify what regions have to offer in terms of leisure, it would be necessary to turn leisure elements into new appealing tourist attractions by exchanging knowledge and sharing good practices in areas such as effective tourism management, infrastructures and services.
Yeah, Dr. Cristina, the question that everyone is wondering about actually, and if you can elaborate more about it, what are the initiatives of WLO, the World Leisure Organization, to support the tourism and travel industry during the pandemic?
Yes, being aware that different regions in the world are in different stages of this pandemic, the World Leisure Organization has played an active role in the first stages of it, namely in three different ways: by supporting those leading transformation, gathering information that may help better inform leisure decisions in the future, and engaging in ongoing debates. Since the start of the COVID-19 outbreak, we have been focusing on looking at alternatives and finding new ways to deliver World Leisure programs. At the World Leisure Organization, we count with a great number of expert networks with wide knowledge in planning, organizing, and providing online education content, and keep working towards providing different opportunities and benefits for the leisure community of scholars, practitioners, policymakers, and students. In so doing, we have developed several initiatives to learn more about this phenomenon: webinars, think tanks, surveys, World Leisure Strategy Priority Grants, and so on, in which tourism has always appeared due to its transversal approach. As an affiliate member of UNTO, World Leisure Organization has attended the working group meeting, in which was well recognized by all members that tourism recovery and response measures must be sustainable, and the 2030 agenda is a clear and practical roadmap to move forward. Also, all the participants and experts, as experts in the field of tourism, agree that the social aspect of the sustainability has not received enough attention and recognition, and usually the word sustainability is associated with the environmental conservation rather than considering the balance between social, economic, and environmental development. Moreover, we have research about the tourism, cultural, and recreative initiatives taken worldwide in response to COVID-19. And additionally, as an example of our commitment to global agenda, World Leisure is working on a new initiative that is called World Leisure Cities Initiative, which aims to support cities in the development of policies, actions and programs in the field of leisure, particularly before the ongoing shifts and mutations, as we can see in similar networks initiatives such as Resilient Cities Network or the recently 2020 Rome Charter. We focus on the city level as cities and their inhabitants have been severely affected by the coronavirus outbreak.
Great initiatives. Thank you for sharing these initiatives with us, Dr. Cristina. From your extensive experience in the industry, can you share now with us your learnings amid these challenging times and your message to our industry peers?
Yes, with the current worldwide COVID-19 outbreak affecting people and organizations, it is clear that the rethinking the ways we work, communicate, and use our free time is turning to be essential. The pandemic is predicted to last for several months or possibly much longer than expected, and it will probably impact on how organizations operate forever. Yeah. This new period has shown us that despite all the scientific knowledge, we have not been able to understand the human experience in its full potential and capacity for successful and unsuccessful adaptations, mainly because the adverse events have been developed in an accelerating way, which means that the rapid responses taken into account have not been planned and examined in a quiet manner. The pandemic presents us an enormous challenge. At the same time, it gives wide opportunities to make Agenda 2030 and Sustainable Development Goal happen. That is why research and policy guidance are more needed than ever. It will be necessary to rethink some aspects of leisure, especially in what concerns planification and access. We will need innovative actions. More data should be used in leisure so as to make sense of the complex environments we live in and develop solutions and implement policies to drive better outcomes. In the leisure field, we need to be inquiring mind by nature and try always to reinvent ourselves and have resilience to new challenges and opportunities, because in these fields, outputs appear over time as well as the value. Moreover, the information and communication technologies will play a significant role in the upcoming future in terms of providing reliable and robust solutions for digital experiences and participant engagement. So, in order to sum up, my message is the following. I think that building resilient leisure ecosystems, provide people high quality, gratifying and inclusive leisure activities in order to promote a self-management of their leisure time so as to avoid isolation and to make a more egalitarian and accessible leisure as an international human right guarantee in the Bill of Rights of 1948.
Great. Dr. Cristina, as a QTM team, we are very grateful to have World Leisure Organization as one of our esteemed association partners. Thank you for your support.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure.
Secondly, we would like to hear from you. What are you looking forward to this collaboration between Qatar Travel Mart and WLO?
Well, in leisure, as it occurs in tourism and travel industry, the concept of mutual work and collaboration becomes crucial and sometimes imperative. Yeah. Moreover, synergies between tourism and leisure have therefore long been noted, since tourism destinations owe much of their attention to leisure. Due to this, the future development of tourism probably will depend on how the industry manages to compete with increasingly attractive options for spending leisure time. In order to ensure this, and because the globalized context and its environment involves the necessity of partnerships and alliances, the purpose of alliances is to facilitate dialogues so as to offer high quality experiences and attain global and strategic aims, basically by providing knowledge transfer.
Yes.
By joining forces and resources, I mean, we can accomplish far more than by doing it, by going it alone, as we can see through the pandemic. The current challenges we face cannot be overcome without alliances. And additionally, I mean, the growing importance of cities as agenda setters has been recognized globally in the Sustainable Development Goals and the new urban agenda of the United Nations. This reflects that cities have gained voice at the time of making policies programs, since they are the ones who implement them on the ground. Cities are the right scale to build partnerships. At WLO, we try to connect and align our work with Sustainable Development Goals, and we try to connect our strategic lines with the hot topics of the global agenda. Having the opportunity to share our work and learn from what other organizations are doing is truly important and helpful. This is basically why this collaboration is interesting for WLO, since an effort should be made in order to connect tourism through various leisure and sporting activities and cultural services through parks and playgrounds, community centers, arts and events, libraries and communities, hubs, attractions, leisure centers, and arts and event programs.
That was really an interesting and insightful conversation. Thank you, Dr. Cristina, for joining us in today's episode of QTM Talks.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, I mean, to talk to you and to share a little bit with the audience. And I look forward, I mean, to go to Qatar and to be there. I mean,
yes, same here. We look forward to hosting you in Doha, hopefully very soon.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank
so
you,
much.
Dr. Cristina. And to all our beloved followers, thank you for watching and see you next time.